Technology has become a part of our everyday lives, but could you live without it for a week? We'll show you how one professor is encouraging students to break free coming up.
The School of Art is constantly giving students opportunities to showcase their work, and this week is no exception. We have all the details next.
And the NCAA basketball tournament wrapped up in grand fashion. MCTV's Kyle Stafford will be in with the look back at this year's national championship game.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Caitlyn Nix.
And I'm Kameron Court. Every day across campus, students are constantly distracted by cell phones, computers, video games, and other technology, leaving them often literally unaware of their surroundings.
That's true, Cameron, but one professor in the Rawls College of Business is hoping to inspire students to take a big step and give up technology for 1 week. Reporter Samuel Perry has more.
This Thursday, join Dr. Eric Walden and other students in giving up all types of technology for a week. Walden's interest is to show students what life was like before so much technology.
A sense of what things were like. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago that no one had any of these things at all. I mean, maybe 15 years ago, no one had cell phones. Very few people did anyway. People didn't carry around computers and stuff all the time. There was no Facebook, there was no YouTube. People used computers for work or playing solitaire, and that was about it. So it's not that weird. I mean, this is like the way their parents lived when they were in college. So it's not like we're going back to 1820 or something here.
I don't know, it's definitely going to be tough. I've never done something like this before, but it'll be a challenge, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to what it does for me. I think I'm going to do a lot of reading.
All right. Walden hopes this experience would help students focus less on technology and more on the real world.
I don't know if you've had this experience, but you go to work and you spend the whole day answering emails and don't get any actual work done. Because it's always easier just to reach over and do some little thing. And like I said, it hasn't been that many years since we did that. People don't read books as much anymore. People don't interact with the world. If you look at the students walking around, they're like, oh, doing it. I just think it would be interesting for them to spend some time saying, well, this is what campus looks like, you know. This is how we get around, how we move without having this stuff. Maybe read a book, maybe, you know, hang out with their friends.
Students on campus were asked if they could survive a whole week without technology.
I would go crazy. I would not know what to do with myself.
I don't know, it's been a while since I've done it. It'd be definitely different. I mean, I use my phone for everything, email, corresponding with anybody really, so I think it'd be rather difficult, hard.
Dr. Walden says anyone can get involved.
Like, you know, the great smokeout or whatever, where you give up smoking for a week. You can do it on your own. I think it'd be more interesting if people actually showed up and sort of did it as a group. So, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing too.
The event will kick off on April 7th at 5 p.m. in room 27 of the Rawls College of Business. For MCTV, I'm Samuel Perry.
Again, if you would like to take part in the Tech Free Week Challenge, Dr. Walden is encouraging students to show up to room 27 in the basement of the Rawls College of Business tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. If you can't make it to the kickoff or just want more info, you can also contact Dr. Walden via the contact information listed on your screen.
Students in the School of Art are given a unique opportunity to showcase their work via several galleries located right here on campus. And right now, 2 special exhibits give you a chance to see that work in person. From now until Sunday, you can stop by the School of Art's Folio Gallery and view the Crime Scenery Perceptions of Crime exhibit. The works were created by senior Ryan Edwards, an art student who originally majored in sociology with an emphasis in criminology. Edwards uses drawings and illustrations along with his interest in crime to explore how the media affect perceptions and understanding of criminal acts. Edwards' style is influenced by comics and graphic novels, and his work is not just limited to the display in Art Folio Gallery. Edwards has also worked on projects for Marvel Entertainment and 20th Century Fox in a partnership with Upper Deck. You can stop by and see the exhibit anytime this week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., or Sunday noon to 4 p.m.
Also on display in the art building this month is the collection of some of the best work tech has to offer. The 2016 Harbinger Art Exposition showcases student creations that were selected for publication in this year's edition of the Harbinger, a journal of art and literature. The Harbinger is a student-run publication that helps promote the arts on the Tech campus. The works selected were determined to best showcase the work students are creating through Tech's art program. If you'd like to see the exhibit in person, you can stop by School of Art Studio Gallery between now and Wednesday, April 20th. Both the Harbinger exhibit and Crime Scenery Perceptions of Crime are free and open to the public. After a weekend of cooler temperatures, it looks like the weather on the South Plains has finally leveled out. We've seen temperatures in the 70s and 80s since Monday, and yesterday we almost got up to 90 degrees.
Yeah, Kate, with the warm temperatures sticking around, the only variable each day has been the wind. But there could be a few changes coming up this weekend. Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. It's been another warm, sunny day here on the Tech campus. Temperatures have hovered in the upper 70s this afternoon, and the winds have been breezy. Tomorrow, temperatures will get a little higher into the mid-80s. Wind speeds will be a little lower, but overall, it should feel pretty much like today. Friday, temperatures will drop back into the 70s, and we will see our coolest day of the week. Winds will again be breezy, with gusts setting up to 30 miles per hour during the day. On Saturday, we'll see more of the same, with highs in the upper 70s and more wind. Overnight, lows won't drop much with temperatures staying at or above 50 degrees. But starting on Sunday morning, we'll see some pretty big changes in the area. Higher winds will bring heavy clouds and a chance for thunderstorms into the afternoon. High temperatures should come in around 80, but that will depend on when the rain makes it into Lubbock. Overnight, storm chances will continue and winds will be gusty with speeds predicted up to 40 miles per hour. By Monday morning, these storms should move out, but the winds will stick around. Monday's high should finish out in the mid-70s. Tuesday, we'll see a drop in both temperatures and wind speed with a high just above 70 and winds only getting up to 20 miles per hour. Lows will also be cooler earlier in the week, with temperatures expected in the mid to lower 40s. Looking ahead, more rain could be headed to the area with a chance of severe weather late in the week.
On Monday, NCAA Division I basketball showcased its biggest game of the year as the Villanova Wildcats took on the North Carolina Tar Heels.
The annual contest to determine college basketball's best team ended up being one of the most memorable games in recent history. MCTV Sports' Kyle Stafford joins us with a look at the score and highlights. Kyle?
Thanks, Caitlyn and Cameron. Basketball fans from around the country tuned in to TBS Monday evening with high hopes for a great game, and they were not disappointed. The Wildcats finished out the night victorious with a final score of 77-74. North Carolina's Marcus Page hit a three-pointer to tie the game with 4.7 seconds left to spare. But the closely contested affair ended on a buzzer-beating three-point shot by Chris Jenkins in the last 2 seconds of regulation. Overall, the game had a history-making feel to it as Nova and the Tar Heels kept things interesting all the way through, going into halftime separated by only 5 points. The Wildcats finished out their season 33-5 and used a team effort to silence critics who weren't sure they would make it to the big game. Monday's championship has left many people rating the game as one of the best in history. When the dust settles, where will it really fall? That's one of the topics Billy Engel and myself will be discussing in tomorrow's edition of MCTV Sports 101. We'll also give our thoughts on the Warriors' run to break the Chicago Bulls' mark of 72 wins. And with baseball season officially underway, we have our thoughts on where the Rangers and Astros sit in 2016. And U.S. Soccer is facing a possible court battle after members of the women's team filed a wage discrimination suit. We'll take a look at that controversy and how we think it should be handled. Join me, Billy, and new host Becca Chance for MCTV Sports 101 starting tomorrow afternoon. Cameron, back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyle. Be sure to catch MCTV Sports 101 starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the Hub's website, ttuhub.net. Just look for the link under the COMC latest.
If you're looking for something to do over the next few days, there's plenty to do around campus. We've got you covered in today's MCTV events calendar. Tomorrow night, the Tech Activities Board is hosting a new event that should be very entertaining and eerily quiet at the same time. TAB is hosting its first outdoor silent cinema in Urbanovsky Park starting at 7 p.m. The first 300 students to arrive will receive a headset that they can use to watch 2 movies under the stars. The films Dirty Grandpa, starring Robert De Niro and Zac Efron, and Sisters, starring Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, will both be screened during the event. Anyone can watch the film, but if you want to get the full experience, be sure to show up early. Outdoor silent cinema is free with the student ID.
TAB continues the entertainment this week with one of its biggest events of the year. On Friday, you can head back to Urbanovsky Park for this year's edition of Raider City Limits. The annual concert is TAB's mini version of Austin's ACL Festival. Friday's concert will feature performances by the Aerial Angels acrobatic team, singer/songwriter competition winner Colin Barth, and headliner Metro Station. There will also be free food and t-shirts to anyone with a Tech ID, but parking and admission are free for everyone who attends. Be sure to bring your lawn chairs and blankets and enjoy a great evening of entertainment. Raider City Limits starts at 5 p.m.
And this weekend, head out to the Rec Center fields for one of the most colorful events of the year. The annual Holy Festival of Colors will take place from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday. The event celebrates spring while commemorating various Hindu events that encourage people to disregard social norms. The highlight of the event takes place when participants throw colored water and powder on each other, resulting in a rainbow of color in the air that covers the crowd. The celebration will also feature free Indian food and t-shirts. Holi is open to all students and it's free to participate. So Cameron, are you planning on going to the Holy Festival?
You know, I think I am. Do you want to go with me?
Yeah, we should totally go together.
Okay,
that
perfect.
Would be fun.
Now we have weekend plans. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.